In this video, we're going to be talking about point-slope form. So let's first take a second and let's recall what exactly slope-intercept form is. Slope-intercept form is when we have y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and the b is our y-intercept. And it's called slope-intercept form because it gives us the slope and the y-intercept. All we need to have to be able to write it is the slope and the y-intercept. So again, it's because it uses the slope and the y-intercept, but it doesn't just use it, it can also give it to you. So uses or gives you. And that all you need to write it is the slope and the y-intercept. So let's talk about what this point-slope form is. So point-slope form means that we're going to have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where m is still our slope, but x1 and y1 are points given to you. It's called point-slope form because it uses a point and the slope. And that point is a point on the line. So a point on the line and the slope. Let's do a couple equations so we can see how this kind of works out. So we'll start with this first example where it says write an equation in point-slope form of a line that passes through these points with this slope. So it's asking us to use that equation right there, right? Point-slope form. So here's my point. So here's my x1, here is my y1, and here is my slope, my m. So we're going to plug in what we have. So we have y minus our y1 value equals our slope, which is -3, times x minus our x1 value, which is -2. And now we're going to simplify this. So we have y minus 1 equals -3 times x plus 2. From here, we'll distribute our 3, which will give us a y minus 1 equals -3x minus 6. And then we just need to get the y by itself. So we'll go ahead and we'll add 1. Nope, that's too much. We're going too far. We were able to stop at point-slope form. So we're actually able to stop just past this. Okay, you want to make sure that you're not doing too much work. It only asked you for point-slope form. So we should have y minus 1 equals -3 times x plus 2. And this is going to be our solution. Let's try another one. So here we've got 7, -11 is our point. So this will be our x1, and this will be our y1. And it gave us our m value of 4. So we'll have y minus our y1 equals our m times x minus our x1, and then we'll simplify. So we'll have y plus 11 equals 4 times x minus 7. And again, remember, it only wanted us to write it in point-slope form, and this is point-slope form. And so we're done. Well, what happens if it asks you to go a little bit farther? So we're going to do one of those too. So what if it wants you to use, right? Use point-slope form to write the equation in slope-intercept form, right? So we have to get it all the way down. Let's use a different color there. Slope-intercept form. Okay, so remember that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we're going to have to actually multiply stuff out on this one. All right, so let's go ahead and let's give this a try. So it gave us a point of 4, -2. So our x1 is a 4, and our y1 is -2, and our m is 3. So we start off by using our point-slope form, right? We start off with point-slope form. And that's going to give us y minus the y1 equals the m times x minus our x1. Then we're going to simplify that to y plus 2 equals 3 times x minus 4. And this is where we see that we're going to need to distribute that 3. And that's going to give us y plus 2 equals 3x minus 12. But we need to get the y by itself to have it be in slope-intercept form. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides, and that's going to leave us with y equals 3x minus 14. And now we see that we have it in y equals mx plus b form. And so we're done. Let's try this one again. Okay, not this one, but let's try one like it. I want you to give it a go on your own. So I want you to work out the problem. So push pause, work out the problem. When you're done, push play, and let's see if you're right. So here our x1 is 3, and our y1 is 5, and our m is 2. When we plug our things into the point-slope form, that's going to give us y minus 5 equals 2 times x minus 3. So I put the x1 in its spot, the y1 in its spot, and the m in its spot. And so here we see that there's really nothing to simplify. There's no double negatives or nothing that can go together. And so we have y minus 5 equals 2 times x minus 3. So from here, we need to distribute, and that's going to give us y minus 5 equals 2x minus 6. Then we'll add our 5 to both sides, and that's going to give us y equals 2x minus 1, and that is our slope-intercept form. So in our first examples up here, we just wrote it in point-slope form. In our second examples here, we wrote it in point-slope form, but then simplified it all the way down to slope-intercept form.